Welcome to Minecraft RPG News, the highest quality news network dedicated to giving you the latest news late. The SkyBlock Foraging update is finally here. It only took 4 years since they announced their plans back in 2021, but time is just an illusion. Isn't that right, Slouch? Inspiring. In order to give you a closer look at the update, we have our crew on the scene. Over to you, Looni. Thank you, Looni. My name is Looni, and we are currently standing on the new Foraging Island. This update has a bunch of new things, but this right here is what everyone cares about. In order to even be here, we have to be using a much newer version of Minecraft, and this is a spicy topic. People are curious to see what sort of advantages SkyBlock has by updating, and if all of this was really worth the wait. Are they using this new potential to the highest level? Back to you, Looni. Good question. And to answer that, we have invited a professional SkyBlock player.
Hey, how's it going?
Thanks for being here, Yachty. You've been playing SkyBlock for quite a long time now, grinding to almost the highest possible level. Now tell me, was this foraging update worth the wait? Are player expectations being met?
For those of you that don't know me, I'm Yachty. You may know me from the Rift Guide or profile reviews or my fully comprehensive guide series. Personally, I actually really like the foraging update because it is very similar to one of my favorite updates, the release of the Dwarven Mines. There's still so much more that we're hoping to see when they release Foraging Islands 2 and 3, hopefully sometime this year. Hunting definitely takes the cake this update by far, and I don't think it's close. It's a much better system than attributes were before, it is closely intertwined with foraging and affects every other single part of the game, and truly the best part is the fusion system. Most players are probably overwhelmed and a little intimidated by the fusion system, but when you start to figure out how everything works, it opens up so many possibilities and it is just so cool.
Here we are on the first island of Galatea, the Moonglade Marsh. And right now, we're gonna do a deep dive to see what people think about this update.
I like turtles.
Is that it? Oh no, man.
Foraging update trailer. I think it came out excellently.
Yeah, they copied the homework of Heart of the Mountain.
This update is peak, man. Absolute cinema.
Wait, so we have Hot M, which is Hot Mother. We have Hot Father now. Vineboom sound effect.
Oh yeah, no, dude, the foraging update's great. But now, for real though, I was kind of disappointed at the start. I was like, why are they calling this the foraging update? They gotta call it the hunting update.
I mean, the new foraging stuff is great, but the best part is hunting and the attribute rework. There's this fusion machine thing that can make who the fuck knows what.
Hunting is goated. I know it's going to be a lot of SkyBlock XP.
If we go into miscellaneous tasks, attribute levels. There is 1,872 SkyBlock XP available just from attributes, which is insane.
If I had to say something negative about this update, there aren't enough 1.21 features. There aren't any custom animations or models, but maybe if they add all of that, it'd be too unvanilla and not Minecrafty.
It does have enchants on it. Why does this take so bloody long? Hey, you should probably stick to fig trees. They're too tough for you yet. Okay, Agatha.
We're getting 2 trees and that's it? Are you serious? 4 years of waiting, we get 2 trees? But like, after actually trying out the update, it was fun. It was addictive, in fact. I couldn't stop foraging, bro. Like, contests just going on 24/7. I couldn't stop.
I think I unlocked the recipe for the grippers, which is a wild name, by the way.
Honestly, this update gives me a lot of hope for the game, and I never thought I'd be excited to get Foraging 50, but here we are.
Hunting box, click to transfer, or give me 5 feathers? What the frick is all that? I think we got cooked, man. They said at least twice that players will be properly compensated. And I have so much stuff with attributes on it.
I reached out to Future77 because this guy has a ton of videos about hypermaxing armor sets, and I got straight to the point. How much net worth did you lose from the update? 333 Ananke feathers. These feathers are the consolation prize for people who just lost billions on their attribute god rolls, and they're obviously not worth as much as their old attributes. So yeah, endgame players kinda got cooked. Minus 35 billion coins type of cooked. Crimson Essence is getting some changes and people are assuming it's going to drop a ton in value, and Future has a lot of Infernal 15-star pieces. Did you hear the news about the Stranded game mode?
You're telling me people still play Stranded?
We got Melody shoes.
And yeah, I've actually spent the last day setting up all of these mods and everything. I have no idea what I'm doing anymore.
In the western corner of SkyBlock, lying deep within the park, is the glorious golden wetlands of the Moonglade Marsh. And that right there is a panda. My name is Steve Owan, and today we will be catching a few of the rare, beautiful creatures found here. The waters of the Moonglade Marsh are deep and host exotic wildlife, like the giant sea turtle. In order to catch this one, you need to smash its face in with a net. Plastic is the turtle's worst enemy. The wetland above also has its share of creatures, including the panda. Grab some bamboo, fatten it up until it pops like a balloon. Simply magical. The amphibious, skittish but curious axolotl. If you stand still for long enough, you can catch one of these babies in one go. There are so many more creatures to catch here in Galatea. Players will be poaching this land for years to come. Alright, everybody. Time for me to give my honest opinion about this update. There's a lot of cool stuff. SkyBlock level 500 is possible now, the park revamp is great, hunting is awesome, very fun, and lots of variety, and the new attribute system is amazing. Undoubtedly better than before, given how much more accessible it is. However, this foraging update still feels underwhelming to me. When the trailer first came out, the only thing I could think was, that's it? I fell into the hype train while thinking of all the potential stuff this update would bring with it, but my expectations were not met by the official trailer or the resulting alpha test. Personally, I like to think Haxor's fan trailer is what the best timeline would have been. Slayer updates like Sven, Tier 5, and a new Warden boss. All 3 new foraging islands instead of only the Moonglade Marsh. But no. We got nothing for Slayers, only one of the foraging islands, no foraging mare, and foraging is just a reskinned mining skill with its own heart of the mountain. Really, all this update offers is a 1.21 coat of paint for 1.8 feeling content. They call it the foraging update, but the reality is we should just be calling this the hunting and attributes update. Players like Duralius, who are on the optimistic side, are ready to debate that this update is phenomenal and that the time spent on updating has tons of future value, which there's really no disagreeing with that. The bulk of the work is done, and now it's time for content development. That is exciting, but this doesn't stop me from thinking they should have just spent a few more months to get some Slayer content done and enough foraging content to warrant skill level 60 instead of stopping short at the current 54. It's weird, man, that's all I gotta say. But it goes without saying that this new foraging content is much better than before, which is why we would like to take a moment to remember our fallen heroes. This is Minecraft RPG News. Thank you for watching.